you know, fear that one day he'll come out moving a type of way. That little when because I don't know, the mothers does tend to take the sons.
That's why it's a matriarchal system. It's not a patriarchic system.
No,
it's
it is absolutely
I disagree with that.
patriarchal.
No.
It is not
Absolutely
patriarchal. We could go in a debate.
we
It
could.
No, it is.
It's matriarch because most times
when people are having children, there's just this one little point. You're having a child. Would you prefer to have, a girl or a boy? Which is deemed to be easier to have, a boy child or a girl
I
child?
can't answer that one because
It depends on the
Everybody
person.
will say
Correct.
boy child.
No.
Because this is
We have one
easier
same boy.
because
Yeah.
because
No.
the girl has to be taught to be protected or to protect herself from the boys.
But then also listen to this. Whose responsibility now becomes to groom whether it's a girl or a boy? Majority of the times, the responsibility falls on that of the mother.
Correct.
And
Because
if we,
the father is
if
absent.
we go back to the,
I
if we,
disagree.
That's not
I
that is
disagree.
not true. That is not
Absent.
true.
That's
No,
not true.
but then that's not no.
That's
Hear what?
Debate session.
Yeah. Hear what? Hear what? All right.
Minutes left.
But before
So
we go, Mr. Gat, I must say in the lead up to Men's International Day, I want to give you your flowers publicly.
Yeah.
Publicly for the fact that
I fully agree with this.
you said something earlier on that it's a man's thing. It's not a man's thing. It's a we thing.
People think.
This is a we thing. And I want to give you your flowers coming from the perspective, if you ask Mr. Khan, I visited him in the prison when I was doing Men Voices Matter too. I've been an advocate for this. This is where my thesis is. This is where my core is. And I want to tell you, as a man understanding what your struggle was, and you did not decide to be selfish with your struggle, it's commendable. Because most men will say, they my issue, I dealing with it, this have nothing else to do with the public. And you will fight your demons internally. But to see you come forth and welcome other men under your umbrella of understanding that a challenge does not mean you are finished. A challenge simply means that you need to chart another course and another course until you find something that works. On Dependency, it has been working. I'll give you that.
Thank you very much.
On Dependency, it has been working. And I want to tell you in the lead up to International Men's Day, this is what we need from more of our men. This is the kind of structure that society needs. Nico, Friday, Abba, y'all, Oba, they say to whom much is given, much is required. And this course that you all are charting, especially if you decide we're going under Mr. Gard's umbrella, it's big shoes to fill. However, if you don't do it, then who else would? And the question remains is, who are the men going to stand up to save a future generation? Because that's what we need. We need people to save a future generation.
So before we run out of time,
Yes.
this, as you said, this is a discussion, Richie, that we want to keep on the front burner, ongoing, having these discussions, because it's about time we feature men and we look after men for a little while. You know, that's, I mean, my wife Natasha could tell you.
We women have to look after men right through, so we just continue to do that.
Men and women, I just want to highlight as well, men and women are not living in silos, you know.
No,
We are a team.
That's right.
Men and women are the genders that are a team, from boys and girls to men and women. We are a team. We need to work together to help each other. It's not about women fighting and saying, okay, we have these rights. Why men need these rights? And men saying, okay, women have these rights. We need that too. It's not about that. It's a team effort to uplift humanity and for us to develop overall. Because I hate suffering. I don't know about all you, but I hate people suffering. I hate poverty.
Thank you.
And all of these things that we're doing for men and women, boys and girls, will uplift society.
Before we go, I want to say this. I want to thank Hazel Thompson, IE Senator of the International Society of Family Law. And they had the 4th Caribbean Regional Conference last 3 days at the Hilton. It was a wonderful conference. We had people from locally, regionally, and internationally contributing. And I would like to thank Ms. Govaya for being there for me when I made my contribution. Gentlemen, you know, I stood in front of audience and cried while delivering my part of it. And, you know, Ms. Guvaya was there. She was reassuring me, you know. But after all these years, I found myself talking. But for some reason, that Friday morning, I just broke down. I talking about needing tissue, you know, having to stop. And I think I got kind of scared while talking because I realized, but wait, look how many years I've been doing this.
Yes.
Look how many years I've been preaching and talking about this. Now I reach the stage, I'm almost ready to go from boxers to Depends. and now I'm being listened to. Better late than never. I want to thank you all, gentlemen. We just have 2 minutes away from the news, but we want to keep this discussion going. Nicholas, Sid, Oba, Dr. Varma, Professor Richard and Richie. We want to thank your PS for and the ministry. Yes. Call his name again for me, please.
VJ Ganga Prasad, big up yourself.
That man genuinely
Yes,
did. I
he
like.
genuinely cares.
No.
And yes, I appreciate his work and his passion.
Yeah.
Passion and vision that this man has. And it spreads. It spreads through all of the people. Me working with him, the man is passionate, vision driven. Those 2 words that I said there is taken for granted. Passion and vision driven, and you also need to have your pillars in life that you want to achieve.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget national security very much a part of this landscape. And we have PS Barrow and DPS Dr. Simone Titus. Everybody coming together to try to make Trinidad and Tobago a better place. And this is what you all did here this morning, Nicholas. This is one step. You had so much contributions from people listening to this program this morning, and they beg us to do it again and continue with you all, and this is what we're going to do.
Yes.
Thank you all so much. We just had to cut down on the size and the amount so that everybody could get their time to elaborate.
Invite me anytime.
Careful for your wish, because we're going to do that. But in the meantime, I want to just share something with you quickly before Kyle comes into the studio. What our listener suggested, and this has to deal with what they contributed this morning. And he said, reference the court extract. I suggest a memorandum of understanding between prison service, the judiciary, police service to fix this. Prison service to inform or remind the judiciary that the citizen served his or her sentence and is released. The judiciary to inform the police service about the citizen, the police service to update their data on the citizen.
Yes.
And I hope that the Men's Bureau will look at this. Because these men have been out of prison for years and still cannot get a clean police certificate of good character, which is frustrating in itself. And yes, they could function in Trinidad and Tobago, but there are some countries not going to let them even get a visa because of their
Negative label.
Yes. So we'll have them back in studio individually this time so they can tell the entire story. And of course, the ministry I know will be paying attention.
Bring me in.
We will do that. Dr. Varma, Professor Richards, Richie, and
take some pictures?
Yes, we're going outside and take some pictures. Natasha and Femika, thank you all very much. Natasha, you want to give your closing remarks, please?
No closing remarks. I'm just happy to facilitate this conversation because it is very necessary, and of course, happy International Men's Day when it comes.
All right.
Love you all, man. Love you all. Take care. Thank you all, folks, for a wonderful program as usual. And next week, please, God willing, we'll continue the discussion of taking care of Trinidad and Tobago. So we have major news coming up next. Tom is back in studio with us on like a bulb today. And